This video is not financial advice. To read disclaimers on the screen. Every now and then there pops up a game-changing cryptocurrency. Firstly, it was Bitcoin. It created the cryptocurrency landscape. Then we had Ethereum introduce smart contracts. Now we have another leap in blockchain technology, and it is called Bittensor. Now Bittensor is essentially a blockchain built specifically to be a decentralized AI. Now that sounds very buzzwordy, like, AI and blockchain. A bunch of scams are also kind of doing the same thing. They're just using AI and blockchain as a marketing scheme, and for a while I did actually think AI and blockchain intersecting was basically just a massive money grab, but Bittensor completely changed my opinion. I genuinely believe this project right here has the potential to dethrone OpenAI as the world's biggest AI, and not only that, this could also become the world's biggest cryptocurrency. I'm going to go over my full thesis in this video for Bittensor. As usual, if you do appreciate these research videos, make sure you like, subscribe, and let's jump straight into it. In the last cryptocurrency market cycle, I invested into basically every single major layer 1 ICO, and I got plenty of 100x gainers, but the days of investing into ICOs and getting 100x plus gains are over. There are no more ICOs for new gen projects. The only way to get these coins is to farm airdrops, which is why I have created the ultimate airdrop strategy for basically every single major project and much more for my patrons that you guys can check out using the link below. Before I get into how Bittensor works and why it is so cool, I first need to tell you guys about the disadvantages of the current AIs. So Bill Gates has labeled AI as the most important tech advance in decades, and essentially whoever controls the most powerful AI could in theory just control the entire world, as humans just can't compete with the computing power and the computing intelligence of AI systems. So yeah, they could control the entire planet, and we could very easily from that get into a very dystopian future where Bill Gates or one of these, tech people essentially control the entire Earth. So that right there is a major disadvantage of having a centralized AI system, and that just cannot happen. And that is where Bittensor steps in. Bittensor is decentralizing the development of machine learning platforms, building a peer-to-peer market for machine intelligence. This results in a digital hive mind. They already have a pretty powerful AI currently built on top of themselves, and I believe their AI is just about at the level of ChatGPT 3 to ChatGPT 3.5, and it is improving at a very fast rate. I would not be surprised if they get to ChatGPT's level very soon and potentially even surpass it for many reasons I'll get into later on in this video. Now, the first major breakthrough and why I think this is going to win overall in the AI space is the fact that this protocol creates a marketplace to commoditize machine intelligence by extracting everything that's going on in the AI space. Everyone can plug into the ever-growing network. It opens up accessibility and encourages innovation from a diverse set of developers worldwide, and this is very good because it removes bias and retains innovation. So there's not one closed source company like OpenAI editing the AI algorithm, not telling you how exactly it works. This is fully open, and anyone can come in and essentially just find a way to improve it or make it less biased. Bittensor incentivizes developers to create and share their models on the marketplace, where models can speak to each other, evaluating their efficiency, and if so, earning TAO by demonstrating the quality of their representations. So game theory wise, this should outperform centralized companies trying to improve their own algorithms by themselves, because instead of just one small team like you have in OpenAI or in Google's Bard trying to improve their AI algorithm, you have now a global marketplace of everyone competing to try and find ways to make a more efficient AI model, and if they do so, they are rewarded with TAO tokens, which is the main token for the Bittensor system. Not only that, but it isn't just one single AI built for a specific purpose. The network is a mixture of experts. So there's a bunch of different AIs all doing different tasks, and I'm sure it all just essentially depends on how much or how many people use each specific AI. I guess no one's going to really be running an AI model that is completely useless. There'll be a bunch of expert AIs all doing different tasks on this network that can all also talk to each other. So not only should Bittensor have the most efficient algorithm for running these AIs, but it should also have the most hardware, because the network works like Bitcoin, where it attracts magnitudes more computing power than centralized entities like Google, Microsoft, etc. could ever get. So yeah, you guys already know this, but Bitcoin is essentially, I want to say, the biggest computer on the earth in terms of how many hashes it can solve. That's just because it's made up of thousands of computers and mining farms worldwide. But yeah, Bittensor is just essentially the same thing as Bitcoin, but instead of all those computers doing kind of a useless thing, which is just solving hashes, they add to the AI and they allow the AI to train. And that right there is the real groundbreaking thing. There is a really big rush to buy hardware. ChatGPT basically came out at, I want to say, October, November of 2022, and look at what Nvidia stock did right then. It went absolutely parabolic. Even though the stock market is in a bear market, it broke its all-time highs and it became like the 9th trillion-dollar company in America. This right here just shows the amount of money flowing into hardware companies that make GPUs for these AI training model systems. So yeah, there is a real big rush to buy hardware. Not only that, but we've seen other AI companies such as OpenAI come out and say they'll be raising like 100 billion just so they can buy even more hardware. And yeah, they're all doing it wrong because they simply can't compete with a decentralized network that is operating similar to Bitcoin, and that should just naturally attract GPUs and hardware to itself. Bittensor is also completely open source, which is very, very different to other major AIs like OpenAI, which used to be open source, but it is now completely closed source. We have no idea what they're training their AI on. We can't see the data, we can't see the algorithms, and yeah, that is once again just extremely dangerous for the most powerful invention humanity has ever created. Let's quickly summarize the main advantages of Bittensor. So Bittensor has once again created a marketplace, and this should be a more efficient way of getting better AI algorithms than, you know, a single team at OpenAI trying to improve their own one, because now you have the entire world looking at an open source AI algorithm and trying to find any improvements to earn more TAO tokens. That competitive environment is just way better for innovation, as we've seen in capitalism in general. On top of that, it is using Bitcoin's proof of work model to attract hardware, meaning that this should be able to grow way more easily in hardware than any centralized company such as OpenAI, and it's fully open sourced. So from all angles, I just see this as being the go-to solution for humanity's AI, as any other AI built by any of these centralized companies has a decent chance of just leading to a very, very dystopian future that I'm sure you guys do not want to live in. Let's talk about its token. So there are 3.4 million tokens circulating and 21 million max tokens available, and this I believe is following Bitcoin's emission schedule. So they copied, you know, the emission schedule for Bitcoin because it worked for Bitcoin, it might as well work for Bittensor as well. It has a fully diluted valuation of $1 billion US, but if we do check out the actual valuation based on how many coins are circulating, it is about 180 million US dollars. So this is still quite a small cap project, and it's currently only available on these two exchanges right here. So it's not even on a major platform like Binance, Coinbase, etc. yet. So what is the growth potential for the Bittensor token? Now, before I do talk about the potential upside, I need to talk about the potential downside. It's very, very important to remember that Bittensor is building something extremely new, extremely complex. There are a lot of problems they're currently dealing with to try and make the AI system work, and it could all very easily just flop because of just how new and innovative it is, as what happens with a bunch of new and exciting companies. But assuming Bittensor does become a usable platform and the go-to AI, it can firstly rival the market cap of OpenAI, which is worth just about 29 billion US dollars as of 2023. So, you know, we have a current market cap of just about 200 million US dollars for Bittensor. That is basically more than an 100x, potentially 150x. Let's just go back down to 100x to account for inflation for it to get to OpenAI's current market cap. But we shouldn't stop right there, as I personally believe that the AI wave is just getting started. I think AIs, once again, are the most powerful invention humanity has ever created. So I do think there will be trillion-dollar AI companies way into the future in 10 to 20 years. And if Bittensor does succeed in what it wants to do, it could be up there as the leading AI for humanity. If that does happen, then, you know, the sky is limitless for a token like this. We could be talking about like $1 trillion market cap if they do succeed. And once again, as I said, that is a big if, because it is a pretty hard feat to do to build the most powerful and the go-to AI for humanity. So I've bought some Bittensor and I've added to my portfolio. Guys, in comments down below, tell me what you think about Bittensor and TAO. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are there any other AI coins I should check out as well? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. In the last cryptocurrency market cycle, I invested into basically every single major layer 1 ICO, and I got plenty of 100x gainers. But the days of investing into ICOs and getting 100x plus gains are over. There are no more ICOs for new gen projects. The only way to get these coins is to farm farm airdrops, which is why I have created the ultimate airdrop strategy for basically every single major project and much more for my patrons that you guys can check out using the link below. This video is not financial advice, read disclaimers on the screen.